Hey challengers, this is Robert and I'm doing a little meal prep on a Sunday afternoon. I'm cooking fish and chicken at the same time, okay? At the same time. Let me show you. I have 4 pounds of chicken here. I just bought some frozen chicken breasts from Sam's. There's a 4-pound bag. And then I have 5 pounds of fish here. These are cod fillets. They came individually wrapped. If you guys go to the top of the pin post and expand it and scroll down, you'll see how I make this. I have my oven set at 400 degrees. This is going to take 45 minutes to cook. This will probably take 35 minutes to cook. I'm going to put the chicken and fish in the oven at the same time. They're both going to cook together, but the fish will probably finish first, and that's okay. The point is, I got 9 pounds of meat here. It's going to take less than an hour to cook, and I want to have a ton of meals for the next 2 weeks in 1 hour. And while this is in the oven, I'm going to start that rice cooker or a bigger rice cooker and cook a lot of rice to go with these meals, okay? So, and when I start the rice cooker, I'm just going to, you put 2 cups of rice for 1 cup of water. Maybe put a couple of cups of rice in there, several cups of water. I'm going to flip the lid, push the button, walk away. And then I'll probably have 30 minutes of nothing to do while my food's cooking. Well, while that's cooking, I could be doing something else related to meal prep. I could be prepping shaker cups. I could be doing stuff around the house, you know. So be productive with your time. Don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Let the oven do all the work, and you stay productive. Get to the chopper. Coming for you, Todd. Anyway. So I got tank top on now. I'm going to be working out in probably about 30 minutes. I was just live about 35 minutes ago when I was putting fish and chicken in the oven. And 35 minutes have passed now, and the fish is done. I got 5 pounds of fish right here that I'm about to weigh out and add rice to. So as soon as I got off the live video last time, I started my rice cooker. And I put 4 cups of rice in here, 4 cups measured dry. We just have, we buy the Mahatma white rice, and we just fill this up with the rice, and then I just take a cup and just scoop a cup out of white rice, and I scoop 4 cups in the rice cooker. So when you're cooking rice in the rice cooker, you put twice as much water as rice. I put 4 cups of rice and 8 cups of water. So this is almost done, maybe. See that? Got a lot of rice in there, so I'm going to be adding rice to a lot of my meals for the next 2 weeks. So this is cooling off. I still have chicken in the oven for probably another 10 minutes because it takes a little longer for the chicken to cook. I know this from my experience of doing this before. So I'm cooking 5 pounds of fish and 4 pounds of chicken at the same time in the oven. They were all bought frozen fillets from Sam's Wholesale, the membership club. It's just a cheap way for me to get meat. And the whole time that's in the oven, the rice cooker's going, and the rice is not far from being done. So by the time the chicken gets done, the rice will be done. This will be ready to weigh out, and I'll just take my, I got my Tupperware containers here. I'll take these out and weigh out my serving sizes, which are about 6 ounces pre-cooked. Another tip about serving sizes. You talk about grams of protein, typically 4 ounces of meat, almost any meat is 25 grams of protein. About 8 ounces of meat is about 50 grams of protein, give or take, 6 ounces of any meat is about 37 grams of protein. That's a way to kind of keep things in your head. So I'm eating about 6 ounces of meat for my servings. And I know I have 2 fish meals a day right now, and they're during the day, like a mid-morning and mid-afternoon fish meal. And so when I'm in my day job, I'm bringing the fish meal there. So, I could individually wrap each meal, but I figured out by working on my own processes that I can actually fit 2 fish meals in a single container. So, like, I'll put, fish on one side, rice on the other side, and I'll pack it up that way, and, just less containers for me to bring to work. I'll bring 1 container that's got 2 meals in it, and when it's time to eat, I just eat half of it, half the container for the mid-morning meal, then eat the other half for the afternoon meal. So, and everything you're doing, don't assume the way I do it's the right way, the way Todd does it the right way. find the processes that work for you. And this is something that you learn over time by going through your processes and learning from your mistakes, learning how to make things better, okay? Because the more efficient you get at meal prepping, the more consistent you can be in your results. And the longer you're consistent, the better your results are going to be. So, you know, I hate cooking. I don't even call what I do cooking. I'm just pushing buttons and I'm weighing stuff and I'm scooping rice out and I'm just throwing stuff in the freezer. And I just kind of reheat my own meals when it's time to eat. So what I'm doing is not that hard, okay? It's just, you know, it's just what I like to do. Some people like to eat more fresh foods, and that's fine. God bless you. Look, I'm lazy. I hate cooking, but I got to be consistent. So for me, meal prepping for at least a week at a time, and this is probably 2 weeks worth right here. You know, I won't set foot in the kitchen and cook anything for about 2 weeks. I'm already good for another week on steak from the last time I cooked steak. I think I went live on that last week. So anyway, guys, you know, I just ate a meal while the fish was cooking, so now I'm going to kind of start getting this ready. Maybe I'll get it put up by the time the chicken's done, and then I'll put all my meals away. Now I'm done meal prepping for like 2 weeks. Then I'm going to go work out, come back, play with the kids, maybe wash the 4Runner, do some things around the house, move on with my life, right? So I'm trying to minimize the time on this stuff. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Sunday is a great day for me to meal prep. Hopefully it is for you. You definitely want to make sure you're ready for next week. So if you get all your meals prepped today, and I would love to see your efforts on the day for meal prepping. So if you are meal prepping, comment below with a picture or just post to the group your efforts on the day for meal prepping. Show us what you're doing. Show us how you're going to be ready to be successful next week. Back at it again. All right, so the chicken's almost done. It's about 30 seconds till the chicken's done. So you see what I did here. I got the fish, about 6 ounces, you know, per fillet. And I have 2 fillets in a package. This is going to be 2 meals for me. So I have rice here. I'm going to put a half a cup of rice on each side of this. So I'm going to have 2 meals with fish and rice in one container. Does that make sense? There's 2 meals here. That's done. I'm going to turn the oven off. There's chicken in there. Don't forget. I don't want to burn it. So this is going to make me 2 meals. I'm going to put a half a cup of rice in here. And then I'll add the veggies when I reheat it at work. I just keep frozen veggies in the freezer and just throw it all in the same bowl. So I have 18 meals right here if you think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 containers with 2 meals apiece. I got 18 fish meals right there. And my rice, check it, it's done. The rice is done by the time the chicken was cooked. So all this happened at the same time. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to do a half a cup of rice. 1/4 scoop at a time because I can squeeze it in here. So this is not very exciting, but this is what I actually do. So there's a half a cup on that side and a half a cup on that side. See that? Now that was done. I'm going to do that 8 more times now in this video, but I'm going to add a half a cup to each side of that fish. Then I want to box all that up and throw it in the freezer that's that way over there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the chicken. I'm going to take the chicken out. The chicken, though, it's big hunks of chicken. I'm going to have to cut and weigh that up. I want to show you how to do that in a minute. But right now I'm going to go ahead and wrap up these 18 fish meals and put them in the freezer, and I'm done. So I'll be back live when I go mess with the chicken, okay? Hey, challengers, this is Robert. I know I said I was going to make a video wrapping up the chicken, but my pre-workout was kicking in, and I got in a hurry. So I'm going to take you out to my garage and show you my freezer and what I did with the chicken. So it really helps if you're meal prepping to have a freezer. You know, we bought an outdoor freezer when I started competing just to prep the meals. And honestly, we're a family of 4, and who doesn't need an outdoor freezer, right? But they're not too bad if you got the space. So let me show you my freezer. All right, so here's my freezer. Mary Jane just lets me have the top shelf, so I got to get all my meals up here, right? So I have a lot of steak and sweet potato meals here. I prepped like over a week ago. I literally bought a 13-pound sirloin from the butcher and had them slice it up how I wanted to, and just baked a bunch of sweet potatoes and put them in there. But what I cooked today was all the fish meals in the back. I have, it's hard to see, but I got, you know, fish and rice on one side, fish and rice on the other side. I actually have 2 meals per container. I'm going to bring that to work and eat half of it in the mid-morning, half of it in the afternoon. The last thing I did on the last time I went live today, I was making chicken, and I literally just put 2 chicken meals in here. Actually, just the meat. This is kind of my post-workout meal right now, and I'm usually at home when I do it, so I'll probably cook the rice fresh that night and eat it with the chicken. But, you know, to save space in the freezer, you know, I got 2 servings of chicken in here weighed out for my 6 ounces. So, you know, maybe tomorrow I'll take half of this out and heat it up and then just eat the rice with that, then leave this in the fridge. Then, you know, the next day eat the other half. So I have my chicken meals right here. I weighed them out, so they're good to go. For veggies, you guys didn't see any veggies, right? But I do eat them, seriously. So here's what I do. Frozen veggies. Like, I wish I knew this when I started. It saves so much time and effort. Frozen broccoli. I just take these out and heat them up with the meal. Because the meal's frozen, I'll dump all this out in a ceramic plate. Then I just throw veggies on top of that, throw it right in the microwave, and push the button over there, right? And then everything heats up. You know, or I'll bring some veggies to work, throw it in the work freezer, then just take these meals out, put them on the ceramic plate, throw the veggies in there. I'll do broccoli. You know, we got mixed carrots and stuff here. You know, if you guys, and sometimes I'll just grab a bag of spinach and just eat like Popeye if I want some spinach, or I'll make a salad with spinach. So for veggies, the main thing with veggies, you really just don't want to add a whole lot of fats to it. You know, so don't cook them in oil. I generally steam them, or honestly just reheat them. Because I'm lazy, you know, I eat so much veggies with so many meals. But yeah, I got like a ton of meals right here. A lot of my containers have 2 meals, and I wish I did that years ago. But that saves me a lot of space. Generally, I'd have 2 shelves filled up by now. But since I figured out how to put 2 meals in the same container, it saves me a lot of time. Plus, I keep breaking containers. I'm so clumsy, I drop them all the time. But anyway, so there's our freezer. There's my meals. Good to go. Rocking a different tank top right now, the Bombshell blue color, rocking Mary Jane's tan. If you're a coach on our team, let me know. We'll put the word coach on there for you. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. You guys should be prepared already. If you're not, make the time. You got plenty of time. Walmart's still open. Go get your food and start prepping. If you need any help, call me, okay? I got about an hour I can help you out with this. So let's get it done. I want everybody prepared tomorrow, okay? Be sure you have all your meals ready so that you can be consistent to reach the goals that you want. So, all right, guys. Let me know if you got any questions, and let's be prepared for tomorrow.